When did they flip you? Tell me. Don't lie.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most brutal and memorable revenge kills in The Sopranos. Warning, there will be spoilers of a bloody nature.
Maybe one of your other relatives, then.
What, I gotta stand here being threatened now?
Number 10, Chucky Senor. Retaliation murders are always the bloodiest.
Tom, Jesus Christ, relax.
Chucky Senor was a soldier on Junior's crew during his feud with Tony Soprano, given the assignment to get rid of Tony. Tony and the rest of his crew thus plan to whack him. As Chucky prepares to sail on his boat, Tony engages in a brief but friendly conversation with him. He then whips out a pistol from a fish and shoots him several times in the chest.
Look at this baby, I caught right off the point here.
Using cement blocks, he and Silvio cast Chucky into the sea to sleep with the fishes. Talk about cold-blooded efficiency.
It's bad, you know.
Number 9, Fabian Petrulio.
The way this went down, this is my call. I gotta vouch for this myself.
Petrulio's case is among the most complicated. Petrulio was originally a gangster who went into the witness protection program after he snitched. His ensuing drug-related activities, however, got him thrown out of the program. He now gives speeches to criminal justice students, prone to reminiscing about his old mafioso years. As Tony looks for colleges with his daughter Meadow, he recognizes Petrulio and begins his pursuit.
What's going on?
Just fooling around.
The two engage in a cat-and-mouse game that ends with Tony trapping him at a travel agency, exterminating him with a piece of wire. A sad end to a sad case. Number 8, Ralphie Cifaretto. Ralph is among the most brutal and obnoxious characters in the show.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. That's how you talk to a man in front of his friends?
It's hard to best beating your pregnant exotic dancer girlfriend to death after all. So it's no surprise when he gets the axe, and all thanks to a horse. Suspicious fires at a racehorse stall have Tony suspecting Ralph's involvement.
Ah, Jesus. The chick went up?
Although Ralph denies it, he seems to imply that he had done it for the insurance money to pay for his son's medical bills.
But so what? So what?
Grieving for the horse, Tony fights and polishes off Ralph and has his nephew Christopher help dispose of the body. Due to Ralph's abrasive personality, his death was not investigated too closely.
No body, no murder. Can't take him out till after dark, so we'll get him ready here.
Number 7, Matthew Matt Bevilacqua. Sometimes, characters are motivated by something other than money or honor. Frustrated over his low status, Matt, along with Sean Gismonte, plan to dispose of Christopher Moltisanti. That way, they could impress Richie April and move up in rank.
What's up? Hey, what's up, man?
This plan fails horrifically, as Moltisanti does away with Gismonte instead. Not only that, but Matt is reproached by an unimpressed April for his reckless act.
I'll kill you.
Matt's fate effectively sealed, Tony and Salvatore Bonpensiero finish him off. They have enough fellow feeling, however, to offer the kid a Coke before they do him in. Tough luck, kid.
Oh, God, Mommy! Mommy, please, Tony, please!
Number 6, Salvatore Bopensiero. This cat burglar turned made man was a major player in the early seasons of the show. As one of Tony Soprano's closest friends, his reveal as a secret FBI informant was particularly hard to take.
I gotta start earning again. I gotta get my action back.
Oh, just like that.
Finally convinced of his betrayal via night terrors, Tony murders him on his boat. Bompensiero's death was weighty enough to affect even the cast members, who were grieved by his departure.
Not in the face, okay? Give me that.
The show tended to keep its core cast of characters, some of them even making it to the bitter end. Alas, it was not in the cards for Bopensiero.
With the weights.
Number 5, Christopher Moltisanti. One of the most impactful deaths of the series was also the most tragic. Ever since the loss of his father, Christopher looked up to his uncle Tony as a father figure, and his need for validation ended up being his undoing.
Think. Christopher, think.
His substance use disorder made him such a liability that Tony had to threaten to kill him to force him to go to rehab. But after the death of his fiancée, he reverts to his old ways. The final straw comes after he crashes the car with Tony inside, and the latter finally snaps. After all Christopher had done for him, it was all for nothing. Such is the way of the mafioso game. Number 4, Phil Leotardo. One of the biggest and baddest of Tony Soprano's enemies, the Lupertazis, finally get their comeuppance.
Wave bye-bye, Grandpa.
Bye-bye, Pop-Pop.
Upon being released from prison, Phil becomes the boss of the crime family. His war with Tony grows deadlier with each extermination, and it was never certain whether Tony would be the one to kill him, or end up being Phil's victim himself.
Is it possible he knows where Phil Leotardo is? I want to try to avoid any more of my guys getting hurt.
But at last, Phil gets properly whacked when Tony pulls up at a gas station with a gun. He then gets run over several times with his own car. Revenge has never been such a gas. Number 3. Veto Spata. This tragic mafia death is one of the most grimly revealing. Vito is a loyal mafioso working under Tony Soprano until the mob learns he's gay. After hearing about Vito frequenting gay bars, the Sopranos confront Finn, who admits to seeing Vito with a security guard.
Son of a bitch!
As Tony hesitates to kill Vito, the mobster evades capture and flies to New Hampshire. His peaceful life and romance with the cook is not enough, however, and he returns to New Jersey.
Please, don't turn your back on me.
There, Phil Leotardo and the Lupertazis ambush him, dispatching him with disturbing glee. A tragic end to a tragic character. Number 2. Adriana Lasera. This is the one major character death that the show could not bear on screen. Adriana was Christopher Moltisanti's girlfriend and a true outsider to mob life. To avoid prosecution for selling drugs, she becomes an FBI informant.
After you make bail, you can explain to Tony Soprano why you brought an undercover federal agent into his home during Sunday dinner.
But her biggest mistake was confessing it all to a loyal Christopher.
They said all they wanted was some information and they would leave us alone.
Tony then lures Adriana with the fictional story of Christopher's attempt to take his own life. Once she is in Silvio's car, he drives her to the woods and shoots her while she begs for her life. Being an FBI informant is the mark of death with the mob, but Adriana being an innocent among this pack of criminals makes this death among the coldest.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Tony Blundetto. The ultimate revenge-killing doubles as an act of mercy. Tony Blundetto is Tony Soprano's cousin, and he attempts to go straight after prison. Unfortunately, he's quickly pulled back in. As a favor to his friend Angelo, he accepts the mission to bump off Joey Peeps, an associate of Johnny Sack.
We need something done.
Nice little payday for you. And an opportunity for you to hone that rep you left behind.
But when the Leotardos kill Angelo, Tony B executes the brother of Phil Leotardo as revenge.
An eye for an eye?
He goes into hiding at the lodge, and Tony decides to spare Blundetto from unnecessary suffering. Tony B's death shocked his actor Steve Buscemi, who had signed on for at least 2 seasons. But at least Tony B got as good a death as one can have in the mob. Which Soprano murder had you avoiding large bodies of water? Let us know in the comments down below.
He's at 146 Route 9A, Kinderhook.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.